going on, everybody? I'm Jay, DCA Adventure, here with a mid-week market update. If you love our content, please like, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications. We very much appreciate you. This is not financial advice. Trading is very risky. Trade at your own risk. You guys know the drill. I am trading at Phemex and Bybit. They do offer deposit bonuses. Right here is Phemex. This is the test net, so if you are interested in trading, join the links below, and then you can also join these test nets where you can practice trading before you risk real money, which is a very, very good thing to do. If you guys want some sweet ass cryptocurrency merchandise or some badass coffee, go to dojlord.com. He has some great tasting coffee. He's adding all kinds of stuff in the mix in the store, so it's he's got way more to offer than a lot of these other places, so go over and check it out. If you are interested in trading stocks, go to Firstrade, link in the description. For a $0 deposit, you will get a free stock. So you don't have to deposit nothing and get a free stock. Could be a big one. So try your luck, sign up. Like I said, guys, link in the description. And if you're wanting to learn how to trade, definitely got to make an account over on TradingView. Free account will work just fine. You don't need to buy a premium account to use the DCA tools. And I just posted a brand new DCA tool in the Patreon group. Let me click over to YouTube. What up, Golden Wolf? What up, Crypto Beetle, Techman, Oz, Ralph Cooper? Appreciate you guys for coming. Sound good? I hope so. No, but last Sunday we did a in-house Discord thing where we were in the public market movers, and I showed Phemex and I showed a little bit of testnet. It was a very short notice thing, so not very many people was in there. Kind of was like a half-hour notice, so sorry about that. But we went over a little bit of Phemex, a leverage trading exchange. This is where I do most of my leverage trading when I am leverage trading. PioneX is a place where I'm doing my bot trading, setting up grid bots. It's pretty slick. Link for that will be in the description. But this is the main place where I'm trading at, and I was showing Taines how to set it up and kind of get a feel for the user interface. And we just happened to put in a short on Bitcoin right at the top, pretty much. It was low leverage, but this is how you can take a little bit of money and you can turn it into a lot of money. Let me see here. We risked $449, and so far we are up $252 in profit. We're at 56%. It would have been a lot more if we would have caught it down here at the 50-day moving average, but leverage is super risky. I do not recommend doing it when you are learning how to trade. You need to learn how to spot trade, learn how to read charts, get the basics down before you try to do something like this, because you can make a lot of money really quick, or you can lose a lot of money really quick. In actuality, we used $449, but we used leverage, so we were really trading with $2,483 on the leverage side of it. That doesn't mean if you lose, you're losing that much money. If we lose, we would have lost the $448. So just to show you guys, get on testnet. This is practice. You deposit, practice Bitcoin. Everything is straight. Not gonna hurt your wallet if you lose and mess up and blow this account up. It's what it's for. So you can blow this up. Take it as a learning opportunity. Golden Cross. Golden Wolf will look at that. We'll get off of Phemex here. Bitcoin for the last day, in the last 24 hours, we are down 1.44%. It has been, it was down a lot more yesterday. We're coming in at 46,280. Ethereum down 0.5 0.05% in the last 24 hours at $3,500. Sol kicking ass, up 19.42%, $212.93. I don't know what's going on, why it would go that high, but I would be taking profits. I know that. I was looking at the chart. I have it pulled up. We will look at it. But some things are green and some things are red. It's a mixture. With all the dumping over the last day, you would think that some of these, a lot more of these would be green on the recovery. We're going to get into the charts. We're going to look bullish, bearish side of things on the time frames, what to expect, what you guys need to be looking for. If you were in the Patreon group, I'd said a couple days ago, 21 moving average was probably going to fail. I said the floor was going to fall out if we tested it again. And when we tested it, it just fell all the way. Went all the way down to the 50-day moving average. If you're looking at a weekly chart on Bitcoin, it went down to the 21-week moving average, and so far has bounced off of that moving average. And you'll see why I trade these. When I trade these moves, it's with leverage on these moving averages. This indicator here, I made a version of this for the DCA Patreon so they can quickly pull this up, but this is a free indicator on TradingView. It's called the Gaussian channel. I did not make this. A guy with the initials of GW made it. It's basically a bunch of exponential moving averages laid over each other multiple times, and it kind of gives you this channel. And we're not going to get too much into the calculations and how this thing works and why it works. I'm just going to give you a quick little rundown of what it is. It's better to look at these like on a 1 day or a 1 week, monthly, 5 day, 6 day chart. But basically how the Gaussian channel works, and we are looking at Bitcoin on a 5-day chart, but the Gaussian channel, when we are in an uptrend and then we come down, when we come down on the dump, when we enter the Gaussian channel, normally, if you look back in history on Bitcoin, the last 3 or 4 bull runs, when we had the nice uptrend and then we came down and cooled off, everybody was in the denial stage. We hit this Gaussian channel, and when we hit it, average time that we are in this channel is for a year, about a year. Sometimes it's a little short, and sometimes it's a little more than a year in the last 4 data points that we can go back and look at. But we are in the Gaussian channel. Yesterday was our candle to see if we were going to close above the channel. We did not close. This candle was actually up above. It wasn't even in the channel at all. So now that it dipped down in, it closed inside the channel. This could spell disaster in the macro point of Bitcoin. We may not make it back above the middle line that we have been talking about on the Bitcoin log growth curve chart that I've showed you guys with the big rainbow chart. It has all the Fibonacci levels. We're always looking for that median line, and if we can close above it. So we will go over and look at that indicator as well and see where we stand, but we will go back and look. So back this bull run back 2017, we entered the Gaussian channel right here at the 7th of March 2018, and we did not get back out of the Gaussian channel until the 6th of May 2019. So just over a year for that run right there. Here we get out of the Gaussian channel. We have a nice run up. We come down. We enter inside of it at the 28th of September 2019. We did not come out of it until the 24th of July 2020. So you guys can see that we typically get inside of this channel. It's like a pit, and we can't get out of it. So keep this in mind. Watch this. You can look at this on a 6-day chart, 7-day chart, and read it all the same. Just wanted you guys to be looking at this, be watching it. So we're gonna take that off. Let's go over to the Bitcoin log growth curve. And we will go to the monthly chart on that. What up, Tanes? Okay, so I've showed you guys the Bitcoin log growth curve chart, and I did not make this indicator either, but we do have a DCA version of this, so that way the guys quickly have access. So if you guys want these, and there's a lot that I have made, I've personally made, like the DCA oscillator, so you guys can get in the Patreon group. You can get access to these tools. But it's not looking good. We get all the way up to the medium band. We reject there. We just can't get above it. We need to close above that. We still have 21 days left in this monthly candle to make our move and get back above it. But if this monthly candle does close below this line, it's not going to look good for Bitcoin, you guys. Every time we reject here, either it's going to get weaker and we're going to break through, or we're going to completely reject and we're going to fall. And we could fall all the way back down to the bottom of this log growth curve, which would be right around 23,700 area. I think if we put the Gaussian channel back on, it's right around that same price range. Oops. Go back to the 5-day chart. If we were to get down to the bottom of that, so this is saying 29,600 is the bottom of the channel on a 5-day chart. Now, as you go to different time frames, it's going to be in different parts of the price will be in different parts of the channel. So on a monthly, it puts us all the way down here, which from a technical analysis standpoint, looking at this chart, there's really no reason why this couldn't come back down here to $20,000. Jason S, very possible, bear market time. My honest opinion, I think we're gonna go sideways. We're gonna stay in a range. I'll show you these ranges here in a second. We'll get these moving averages back up. Damn it, I keep clicking financials when I need indicators. Here's the DCA simple moving average crossover script. This one I did make. We're gonna go over here to the daily for Golden Wolf. We're gonna look at this golden cross. Talked about this 2 weeks ago on my channel, or on my video. Told you guys, golden cross. This is when the 200-day moving average converges towards the 50-day moving average. The 50-day moving average is a faster moving average than the 200. So when these faster moving averages cross over and the faster one is on top, that's bullish. Golden crosses are only when the 250 daily moving averages cross each other. Normally when we get these bullish crosses, we have dumps before the pumps. So we probably just seen that. I say it to you guys every time with these crosses like this, that if you go back at the video 2 weeks ago, I said it was going to dump before we pump. And I think I even posted that too somewhere in the Discord before this happened as well. So definitely getting in tune with it's going to help you guys out a lot. If you stick to one time frame, you study the shit out of it. So they are converging. I would say probably 11th of September-ish. 12th, 13th will be the cross. So it would not surprise me we start rebounding here. We did land. We are above that 200-day moving average. If we could get this crossover, it'd be very bullish. And then the moving averages are going to be sitting right again for the daily trading. Where you got your 21, the fastest one on top, you got your next fastest one, your 50 will be in the middle, and then your slowest one will be on the bottom. That'd be your 200. This is how we want to trade the moving averages. So every time we test the 21, we're going to buy. You do see we did reject off the 50-day a couple times. I normally would have traded that if the 50 would have been above the 200. It's rare that it respects the 50 when the moving averages are like this. That makes sense. Blue and red lines. The blue line is a 50-day moving average, so it's calculating the last 50 days, the last 50 candles, because we're on a daily chart. So it's calculating last 50 candle closing prices and then averages into a line. And then like if you move to a weekly time frame, now we're calculating the last 50 candles, the last 50 closes, weekly closes. And then the 21 is calculating the last 21 closes. And the 200's calculating the last 200 closes. So you kind of get it. I always have them the same color. I always trade these exact moving averages. So if you keep these the same colors, you can look at them at a glance. You know exactly what's going on. This is the weekly chart. The way the moving averages are is how we want these to be like that on the daily. Right now, the Patreons, we are not trading the daily chart on Bitcoin. We are looking at the weekly. Things are still set up right. So you got your 21 on top, it's the fastest. You got your 50 in the middle and your 200 on the bottom. So every time we come down and test the 21 when we are on top of it, we're gonna buy. So if you'd have had your buy set up here, because we already know that we're looking for this 21 moving average, you'd have nailed it. You'd have nailed that buy. But this is where leverage and that kind of trading comes in, because just off that small move, it looks small because it is a weekly chart. But if you would have bought right at that 21 at $42,561, you would have 25x leveraged that. Let's say you put $1,000 position in, you would have been up 45,700. You'd be probably like 70-80% right now, which that'd be huge. But you can see that we are running into resistance right now in the candle. So this is going to be our area of resistance to beat now for Bitcoin. And we are hitting it right now. It's fighting it right now with this weekly candle. We got 3 days, 23 hours left in that candle. So 3 days, 23 hours left in the trading of the candle. So it could come down all the way back down to the 21, you guys. It could come down a little bit below. That's kind of what I'm counting on. I feel like it's going to come down just a hair below. So this is right in the area where I got my buy set up. Of course, if it does break this area of support, and this is a small area of support, we're looking left on the chart. This is old resistance right here, old resistance, and it gives us a little bit of support, but nothing there to shake a stick at really. So be looking for that 50-week moving average right around 37,500-ish area. Now as the weeks go on and the moving averages move, then prices are going to be a little bit different. But be watching the moving average is what I'm saying. The only thing I don't like about this weekly chart though is the 21 converging on the 50, getting ready for a bearish crossover. So if the 21 crosses under the 50, that's not going to be good for Bitcoin. That we will keep dropping. You would not figure though this little punk ass area of resistance is really going to hold us. You would not think so. Double top though, if you look, here's a top here, here's a top here. One of the reasons why we went down. Look at the RSI. I want to look at stochastics. Alright, I showed you guys 2 weeks ago on the 2-week chart about the MACD, or the RSI, and where it crossing over the 20 line. So when we get, scrunch this up a little bit and pull this up. RSI, when it crosses, we got the blue line on top of the orange or the red, whichever it may be for you, that's bullish. But we do not trade or think about trading until this cross is confirmed. Where does it confirm? It confirms when it gets above the 20, right here, the 20 mark. So anytime you see the blue line above the orange line, above the 20, that's very, very, very bullish. Last time I think that we had something like that was back here. So we got the cross in December of 2018. We get up above 20. We stayed. It looked like it was going to fake us out and dip back down, but it stayed. And then we got a huge shit ton of momentum there. And if we can scrunch down the candlestick chart. Back in 2019 was or 2018, 2019, it actually gets up over right around January, New Year's. And we get this nice run to right around 14,000 almost. That was right before the big one. And then you guys can see here again, we get across, we get up over the 80. Technically, when we're in across 80, we are overbought, so you have to be very careful. It doesn't mean it's going to go down automatically, because you can see that we got into overbought, and it kept going up. We come down a little bit, cooled off, we break back 80 and get back into overbought, and then we go on one hell of a bull run. So got to stay above this 21 moving average on the 2-week chart. Got to stay up on the 21 week on the 1-week chart. As long as we can stay above this, these moving averages don't cross over, we should be good to go. Pocket change, my favorite trader, I appreciate it. The moon phase struck again on Bitcoin. That's right. That's right. So it's kind of crazy to look on a 2-week chart and say, well, hell, the last time we had an RSI bullish cross where it confirmed was back all the way back in 2019 or 2018. That's crazy. That's a long time. It's a very long time for that to happen on a chart. So you go look on YouTube, no one's gonna tell you RSI crosses, they're just gonna say RSI crosses, that's bullish, that's when you buy, that's when you trade. It's not how you use it. It's not how you use the stochastic RSI. It's kind of the same kind of concept with MACD. The crosses are your get ready. It's your warning bell, like, hey, you need to start thinking about trading, whether it's on the top or bottom. So, you know, when we get the crossover and we break 20, now you want to start getting bullish, which we actually broke 20 the 30th of August. So right at the end of last month. That was right here. Now we're dumping. So hopefully we respect the TA, we respect the chart, and it keeps moving, because we're looking at the oscillator and we got a ton of room. I mean, we haven't even broke over 25 yet, so a ton of room. And the oscillator does work the same way in a sense. Ours, the crossover, boom, you see that when it actually crossed in 2018, crossed bullish, this is when our wave cuts off on the momentum on the DCA oscillator. So RSI, MACD properties coded in to the oscillator. This thing tells you the same shit as all them, the MACD, the VWAP, momentum, volume, money flow index, all that shit put together. Instead of having to put all them indicators on your chart, boom, you could do just this one and have all that. And you learn how to read this and you'll be able to tell exactly what's going on. It's pretty awesome. Then big momentum, that was up to the 14,000 like we got, and then we get to cross over here, back over 20, huge bull run. Let's get this off. What about Sol? You guys, anybody holding Solana or however you pronounce it? That thing is freaking flying. Go to the daily. 2 weeks ago, drew this on the chart for you guys. Man, yeah, I mean, I freaking nailed it. It respected right what we drew in there. That's what you want to see. Hit this box of resistance up here. It tested quite a few times, just couldn't get it. Actually ended up dumping all the way down to the 21-day moving average. It actually got back above. It did close above the 21. It came all the way down to the 50-day moving average, just like Bitcoin did, and we did get back above the 20. Then you get this nice big green. It closed back above the 21-day moving average. I've been drawing on this chart for the last few weeks for you guys. And I left it on here to, you know, to come back next week and be like, okay, well, this is what we thought was going to happen. This is what happened. So everything we drew in here has been played out. This was our box of support. This was my worst case scenario. I remember saying worst case scenario box right here. When this was drawn in, that 50-day moving average was right at the top of the box. It lined up with the top of the hump. I remember pointing that out. Did say on Ethereum last week though as well that we were way overbought. We did have a big red dot buy or sell signal on the oscillator, and the wave was already clipped off. The orange wave was already clipped off. So I kind of expected Ethereum to have a cool down period anyway. It had been kicking ass the last couple weeks. Go over to the weekly chart. We'll go ahead and erase all them drawings and we'll start over. Ethereum did not quite get down to the 21 weekly like Bitcoin. 21 weekly is right around $2,779, $2,780 on the weekly. Not quite in the oversold on the weekly like Bitcoin was either with the oscillator. So we could still have a chance. 3 days, 23 hours left for this candle to close. If it stays where it's at and it stays way above that 21 week, still very bullish for Ethereum. And right now we're testing that 21 day. This is, in my opinion, a good buying opportunity for Ethereum. This is a good chance to take with a leveraged position or even spot if you're messing around with enough money. Why would I take this trade here? One, we know the 21-day moving average is acting as support when we are above it. We have 22 hours, 32 minutes left in this trading session in this candle. But why would I take this trade? Well, if we're sticking to the rules, we're looking at the chart, we're looking left. We got some old resistance here. Boom. Bring that down just a little bit to support. So this is old resistance, which should be new support over here. As long as we hold, we should be good in this box. If we don't, you guys can see that if we stretch the box down all the way down to the bottom of the support box and we're just going off this area, we're almost right at the 50-day moving average. It's pretty damn close with a lot of the touches. So it's very possible that if it does break that 21-day, closes below it, you're going to see the 50-day right around 3,000, 3,040. Yeah, Algo. We'll have to take a look at Algo too. Algo's been kicking ass. I'm holding Algo. Here's Litecoin. Litecoin pretty much did the same thing Bitcoin did, all the way down to the 50-day moving average, back to the 21, and now we're still under it. So not really looking good for Litecoin. Daily moving averages suck as well. We got the 200 all the way on the top, which is not good. That's the slowest moving average we have. 21 in the middle, 50 at the bottom. So really, these moving averages, when they're set up like this on a daily chart, do not hold as much significance as if they were set up correctly, like when you look at them on a weekly chart. So the weekly chart, we would be following this to a T. Okay, so we broke our 21, we came down, and we're really close to that 50-week moving average, right around $156. So I'd be buying anywhere from in there to all the way down to $135 would be a good buy on Litecoin. Even this with a leverage trade would have been a nice move if you'd have bought down here right around 160. and we're sitting right at 180 almost right now. A lot of room in the oscillator to move on the weekly chart too. So Litecoin has all that little bit of resistance, this little bit of resistance to get back above. So we'll see what happens. I think it's going to stay in between these two moving averages for a while, just like Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's going to trade in between them two weekly moving averages until they converge. Once we get the bullish or the bearish crossover, then all hell breaks loose. I have, for the record, 80% of my holdings, almost in everything, I took profit on about 2 days before this dump. So did good on that. Take a look at Sol. Take profits, guys. Take profits. Go down to daily. So it is following this trend line as of right now. We are we deviated way far away from that 21-day moving average. Anytime it deviates away like that and puts that big space in there, it always comes back. All right, we're putting hell of freaking volume in between there, so it's gonna snap back and it's gonna do it hard. You guys just got to be ready for it. The orange momentum wave is not even really crested out of there yet, so just keep watch on this. If it breaks underneath this trend line, need to be selling, need to be getting out of it. If it breaks below and closes, if it was to come all the way back down to 21 day, that'd be $115. But so far its high was $216, $215. That's fucking crazy. Alt's up, Bitcoin down. Yeah, it's like you know, everything dumped and then a certain few, all the profits went to. I know, mine's sitting in USD just waiting. I like when everything's like 20-30% in the red. I did buy a little bit of stuff. I forget what I bought. I just bought according to chart setups, but I'd have to go in and look. The weekly too, I mean, it's looking dangerous. It's looking dangerous. It's way overbought. It's way overbought on the weekly. The daily is overbought too, technically. Be careful with this, you guys. Be very careful with this. I would expect a very hard correction, at least back down to 150 area. 150 doesn't hold, then for sure the 115. Who knows how bad it's going to be. Let's just take a measurement real quick, and let's just say it was a 30% drop, like a normal Bitcoin. So normal bit about 145, 150 would be a good 30% correction. That's what Bitcoin does, so keep that in mind. Algo. We're looking for Algo to make this support right now. If Algo can keep above this box and make this support, validate this as support, it is definitely going to go to the next leg. 1 day candle, that is a lot of volume taken out of that candle. That's a big wick there. We are way up in the overbought area. We got 1, 2, 3 big red dot sells. And it looks like orange wave is starting to clip off of the blue wave. This one you need to wait for confirmation, guys. Wait till it comes back and test this area of support. As long as it makes support on this box, it'll be great. Look at the weekly. Son of a bitch. So if you really look at this, you can see a cup and handle. That's like a picture perfect cup and handle. On the weekly though, we are not in the oversold or overbought area, so it does still have room to go. Just be careful with this, guys. Don't be chasing the pumps. Don't be chasing the pumps. Ergo, I know a lot of guys have been mining this, have switched over to this. Got resistance right up at $16. This is where I'd be selling. Why am I selling there? That's a hell of a lot of resistance. That 21-day moving average line's right up with it. $16.80. Take your profit. I'd even take it at 16 just to be safe, in case I don't make it quite up there. Right around 16 bucks though on Ergo. Not very much information on KuCoin with Ergo. They must have just listed it, I take. It does have a lot of room on the oscillator on the daily, but that when we come up and test the 21, that would probably put us up into the overbought area with Ergo. Ethereum Classic, we'll take a look at that because I'm mining that. Ethereum Classic looks like shit. Moving averages are put up the way we want them on the daily. 50-day moving average acting as resistance right around $60. That sucks. 65. It was all the way almost 80, but see, nice double top there, guys. I mean, you can't get any better than that. You can't get any more clear. If you were looking at these charts and you're studying this shit, it's perfect, and it's an M pattern. If you guys have traded with me before, you know about these M patterns. It hit the top 2 times exactly. Boom, boom. That's bearish. And then I always try to, if I was looking at this, I'd have traded this. Sucks. That's the picture perfect. That's how you short trade an asset. Once we get into the bear market, you guys will see a lot more M patterns play out, and I'll be pointing them out a lot more. Right here about this part of the patterns when I start getting ready, and then I know once we make that next top, sometimes it goes a little past, sometimes it goes 3/4 of the way up. So like you'll get a like this, and then the next one only comes 3/4 of the way up, and then bam, drops. This is a good bearish pattern to play. I do like trading that one quite often. Weekly's probably gonna look poopy too. We are under the 21 week. 3 days, 23 hours left in the weekly. If it does close under this and can't get back above there, Sunday I'm gonna be looking probably to take my profit on Ethereum Classic, only because this is not a big area of support. So if it closes below here, we could definitely see that $31 area again for Ethereum Classic. So be thinking profits, guys. Anything else you guys want to look at real quick before I call it a night? The flippening is upon us. That's right, Tech Man. I was hoping Ethereum was going to make it with the market cap. Ridiculous. But I haven't even looked at any news articles or anything of why people were saying this dump happened and blah 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 blah. And I look at it like, well, goddamn, we were going up for how long? You can't go up forever. It's got to cool off. Too many people longing sets up a perfect opportunity for a squeeze, and for an exchange to make millions and billions of dollars by squeezing out long positions. And then them long positions, what do they got to do? They got to cover. So they go back in and they're buying and they're adding to their position, which what does that do? Depending, sometimes it can make it go way up, and it can also make it dump way down. So I think a lot of people just got liquidated. They didn't have time to cover, and it worked out great. Made good buying opportunities for people who had money on the sidelines like I did 2 or 3 days before this dump. I know, I was thinking that same thing too, Ralph. Like, fuck, man. I swear to God, I was thinking that same thing just the other day. Like, this year's gonna suck. Last year wasn't too bad, but this year's gonna suck. And I did a lot more this year too. I did DeFi, I've learned DeFi, mining. I've done a lot more different things, so a lot more things to add to the tax list. Appreciate that, Jason. FA in the chat. Tech Man, Amen Ralph, I've been putting half of payouts back to cover it. That's it's pretty good strategy. Never thought of that. I don't know how mining payouts work yet with taxes. Now, is it a taxable event on the payout or only when you sell? Would it just be like you just sending crypto from here to there? Hell yeah. Tech Man, sell. So you don't got to worry about the tax, capital gains, any of that until you sell. I'm gonna take a look at ADA. ADA is still looking nice on a daily. Still bullish. Just because it's under the 21, I mean, that technically it's bearish, but it is above the 50. So as long as the 21 is above the 50, we're still pretty good. It's making higher lows here, so we should be all right. Just be looking for that retest of the 50-day moving average right around $2.06, right around in there. I wouldn't think that it would go much lower than $1.83. Absolute worst case scenario for Cardano. Remember, guys, I've told you a lot with crypto. You'll get these, they look like head and shoulders patterns, and you think that those are bearish, but they end up doing the exact opposite. So keep that in mind too when playing patterns like this. Not financial advice, that's right. Professional expert. Appreciate the FA. Appreciate you for stopping by. Resistance right at the 21-day at $2.73 on Cardano. It got up there very easily. It could very well get back up above the 21-day, and it has to get above the 21-day and close above it. If it can get a close above it, that's pretty much broke that part of the resistance right around $2.80. So be watching the 21-day moving average. That's the area to beat. You're looking to buy. Be watching right around the $2.06 area, all the way down to 188. Yeah, 188 area is my absolute low. Weekly don't show that much info. Let's go to a different place. I know Kraken has a lot more info. It got almost the 21 week. I'm very surprised it didn't. Right around $1.73. A lot of them got really close to that 21 week, and this is I remember this here. This is one of them. Everybody calling for a head and shoulders, and look what happened. Boom, did the complete friggin' opposite. On the weekly, we are in the overbought area. Momentum is clipping. You see the yellow wave clipping off that blue wave, so it's very possible that it does ride down more on this candle. Remember, guys, 3 days, 23 hours, so pretty much 4 days left in this trading session. I'm not trading any more of these candles until right before this thing closes. That's when the closing, where it closes, is going to tell you what you need to be doing. If it's closing above the 21, probably should think about buying. If we're closing below the 21, and this goes for the daily or weekly, you should think about selling and then buying back at your 50 if it's set up right. Ralph Cooper on taxes, absolutely. Everybody argues about all of it. It's, you know, nobody really has a straight answer. My answer would be just send it to a crypto tax place and have them do your taxes. They'll tell you what you got to pay. They'll tell you if you owe or not, you know. If anybody's new here, if you guys want access to the Gaussian channel indicator that I showed in the beginning of the video, hit me up in the Discord. I'll be more than happy to send you the copy of it, so that way you can use it. Like I said, you can get the free version of TradingView, and can set you up. If you get the Patreon channel, you get it's $25 a month. You get the oscillator, you get all the other tools that I've made. These are the ones that the DCA guys get. All these ones on this list. I have a personal Discord, Crypto Mentors. My partner in there, he is a coding genius. That's what he does for a living. But this is the scripts that we have over there and all the different tools. We have bots. We have all kinds of different stuff. We have manual bots where it's just kind of they're spitting out trades and you got to copy and paste the trade. We have a bot that you can hook up through API on Binance, and you can trade any one of these algorithms, any one of these trading scripts. Punch one of these in, it'll trade that exact thing. It's pretty awesome. Or you can make up your own trading strategy. We can code it, make it, and hook it to an API so you can make a bot with it. Or a custom indicator if you want any kind of indicator of your own, tailored to your own trading style. You like trading with moving averages, or you like the Ichimoku cloud, or you like momentum or volume, we can do all of it. These also have alerts too, so you can right click anywhere, add alert, and make it so if any of these moving averages are crossing up, crossing down, exiting channel, entering channel, outside of channel, moving up or down percentage, down percentage. So it's all kinds of different alerts you can put on any of these scripts. And it'll text you, it will email you, and it will pop up on your screen. Golden Wolf, that's the best way to do it. An LLC costs like $150 and you can write everything off. So I was really looking into it. I almost had it all the way finalized. I need to finish it, but yes, you won't have to pay nothing. Right, seriously, what Golden Wolf said, look into the LLC. Yeah, Ralph, that kind of sucks for you because you're in different, you know, the rules and regulations are different everywhere you go. So, I mean, do you have to say, well, from this time to this time when I spent this Bitcoin, I was in Russia, and then this time to this time I spent Bitcoin, I was in Canada or Alaska, or, you know what I mean? That's right, Tech Man. Hobby mining is expensive. Yes, it is. I already have to get a new power supply. I gotta get a bigger one. I have a 600 watt, but it's semi-modular. I need an all-the-way modular because I ain't got enough cords to hook up the cards. I keep getting overload as soon as I boot Hive up. Oh, which shit, I forgot to tell you, Oz. I don't have an SSD for you anymore. I ended up burning up 3 USB sticks on Hive OS, so I went ahead and just flashed it on my SSD, and I got that plugged in now. So sorry, buddy. I had no other choice. Yeah, that sucks, Ralph. Techman, are they cheaper? Like, where can I get one that's not gonna kill me in price? And do I use like a breakout board with that? And then just because I've been seeing them and I kind of understand them a little bit, but mo power. That's right. Well, I've melted some shit and about caught stuff on fire, so just I learned my lesson. Just get a new one now though. Parallel miner. I'll have to check that out. I figured you did, Oz. Use the Molex to turn on the server PSU. Sweet. Because I have Though I only have one card that you have to power on, like put power to it. And the freaking, every time I do it, it'll, a Hive OS will show that it's on there, and it'll download the AMD drivers and put them on there. But then as soon as it boots up and starts, 2 of my cards disappear, and I'm only running GPU number 0 and GPU number 4. And then the rest of them are gone. And I thought about that too, Tech Man, just getting the freaking, the Bitcoin Mobo. That way you ain't gotta fuck with the risers or do any of that weird stuff. You got enough right there. Yeah, Ozzy, if you haven't tried Hive yet, you'll like it. Makes things a lot easier. Which Nemesis, he keeps giving me shit like, dude, I'll show you how to do it on Windows. And I kind of do. I do want to learn how to do multiple GPUs on Windows just so I know how to do it. Pocket change, I was using 32 gig USB drives. I bought them brand new because I burnt out my 16 gig one. What was happening is every time I was shutting off the rig, whether I powered it off through a command or actually just hit the button, I would have to rewrite the operating system every single time. I wouldn't be able to boot back up. If I shut it off, left the USB in, and then booted it back on, my keyboard wouldn't work. But then as soon as I unplugged the USB, my keyboard would work. So it wouldn't let me boot into BIOS. It wouldn't let me, you know what I mean, check the freaking say to boot off the stick. So I'd have to pull the stick, go rewrite it, come back down, plug it back in. Everything would work fine until I had to shut down again. And no, I have one AMD card. The other ones are NVIDIA. I got 3 1050 Ti's and a 560. It's just, they're all 4 gigs. But the 80% rule, right, on your power supply, I'm way below that. I'm only pulling 66 watts per card. Yeah. Well, that's what I did. So my 16 gig went out, so then I went and bought 2 32 gig. Same thing. Same thing. Would not, every time I shut down, it screwed them up. So then I have like friggin', I had 2 or 3 of the 2.5 SSD. One has like 250 gig, one's a 500 gig. But I use a 250 gig one. I put Hive on it, and that's what it's on now. And now I can shut it off. I can turn it back on. I don't have to put my rig ID and all that crap back in there, because it was pissing me off every time I had to shut it down. Like, what the fucking have to reprogram everything. Test USBs with Rufus. You have bad sectors probably. And Techman, you're probably right. This motherboard's from like 97. It's old. I have a new one. I just have to put it on there. I actually just got the CPU for it. I just have to take everything apart. I need that retention bracket off of this one to put on the other motherboard. But I do plan on upgrading all that shit, so that way it's a little bit safer. You know, I'm afraid this thing's gonna catch on fire. And see, I did read that too, Techman, and I thought that's what that meant. So you can disable logs to avoid excessive writes. And that's what I thought was happening, that it was just writing too much or burning the stick out. But I could rewrite to it, and I could plug it in, and it could mine for 2 weeks straight as long as I didn't shut it down. But as soon as I shut it down, then it's screwed. Golden Wolf, yeah, 75% of my profits went back into cards. So not much real profit, just cards. That's right. That's how I started it, because I was going over the voltages and everything, and was like, well, the wires that I have were rated for higher than that, so I was like, there should be no big deal. But it did. It melted the crap out of them. if it focused. But it melted the crap out of it. So I'm just gonna get a safer one, because now that I know how to do everything and I know I can put the stuff together, I need to start buying bigger and better cards. No, it's actually I think it's a 2006, 2007 Gateway. Same for the processor. Same for the processor. But I have like a MSI Z290 board or some shit. It's a newer board. Really, what are you mining that with the 3060 Ti? Riser and card, same PCI power cable. Gotcha. Now I'm out of wires, because I got one spot on the PSU that's burnt up that I can't use, and then the other two ports I'm using, but everything's hooked up. I think I better just get a different one. 6600 XTs for the win, hell yeah. I did see a couple guys using 2 different power supplies and daisy chaining them. Yep, I lucked out right when I got my 3060. It was right before they came out with the LHR stuff. It's like 3 or 4 months before that. It's bullshit. But if you can still get good hash rate on your giddy up on Flux, and that's sweet. That's right, Golden Wolf. I'd rather just learn everything on easy stuff, low cost stuff, so I don't, I'd be so pissed if I got like a 3080 Ti and then I fucked up with the power supply and I fried it. Oh my god, I don't even know what I'd do with myself. And I hear horror stories of it every day, of people frying cards like that, and it's like, oh man. The backwoods life. I did order a deeper network miner. Hope it gets to me faster than my Bobcat, the backwoods life. Yes, daisy chain power supplies together, but one card, one PSU. Don't power risers on one card. Oh, gotcha. So don't put one card on this PSU and then the riser powered from the other PSU, is what you're telling me? Because then will it think that it needs 66 watts from this one and 66 watts from this one, and then boom. Whoa, what up, Nemesis? What up, buddy? Crypto and Hot Rods. Tech Man, right. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I get a little bit of flux from Zelcore wallet. I should start mining it. What pool you using, Oz? Can you mine it with 4 gig cards? Or do you need 8 gigs or 6 gigs? Nice. Mining Flux to USDT. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You're saving your risk of it going up and down. I'd be doing that too. Damn. golden cross on cake. See how we got the dump while we was getting the cross? It was dumping, then the pump. Hell yeah, that's how I'd be doing it too, Tech Man. That's awesome. Might have to start doing that. Tains, that is correct. Which? What, that you gotta have 6 gig to mine Flux? Or can you do it with 4 gig card? I do want to switch off Ethereum Classic. I hate it too because you send a transaction with Ethereum Classic and it takes 2 freaking weeks. It's painful though with low powered cards, I bet. What is the price of Flux? $0.31, dang. If it closes above where it's at in the next 21 hours, 22 hours, it's going to be making a new all-time high for all you mining this shit. It is overbought. It doesn't mean it's going to go straight down, but that's a good area of support. Starts at 30 cents down to 22 cents. So anywhere around there, if it does drop to 22 cents, I'd be buying the crap out of that. I don't think it'll fall below 28. Oh, really? Think you can mine Flux at 2 gig? Don't tell me that, because I'll be going and buying all these freaking 2 gig cards that are like 50 bucks. Be building Flux rigs. That's why I mine Raven coin. It's cheap. I'm getting like 3 payouts a day with, right now, with only 3 1050 Ti's. On average 2. There is a rare occasion I'll get 3. Raven on the weekly hit that 21 weekly. That'd have been a good buy. I told you guys 2 weeks ago that this was going to be a hard area to beat with Raven coin, was this box of resistance. So it did not make it out of there, which sucks. A conversion on a golden cross possibly on the daily chart. Well, we got a long ways to go. We're looking pretty good on the oscillator too. I will have a 19 GPU 1030 rig one day. Holy shit. Oh, about the PSUs, okay. I'm on miner pool for Flux. I will have a 19 GPU 1030 rig one day. Oh hell. Dude, that'd be so awesome if you did that and then ended up banking with it. I think it's worth trying. Oz is averaging 10 Flux a day with a 3060 Ti. Hear me out. So, Raven coin right now is at 11 cents. You could probably get a 30 Raven a day. A 3060 Ti, maybe 20, 30 at least, I'd say 30 or 40. That's crazy, Tech Man. I see them things for sale all the time. Gotta be 2 gig though, huh? See a lot of 10 gig or 1063 gigs for sale too. So what is 10 flux is 30 some cents, or you could get, it's probably about the same after you count in electric, huh? Probably averaging about the same. I was gonna say, why wouldn't you mind Raven? What's up, Uranus Oyster? Go back and take a look. I was telling the guys about this Gosselin channel here and showed them kind of on our runs, on our previous bull runs, when we'd have these big uptrends, when we would get the cool off downtrend bear market. If we ever hit into this Gosselin channel, we would usually stay inside of it or under it for a year, on average. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little longer. Looking over here, we have now entered the Gosselin channel as of yesterday. So now we have another 5 day, or no, it would have been yesterday. If we would have, let's go back to, can look at this on a 1 day. So we didn't close it on 1 day, but if we look at a 5 day chart, we closed inside of the channel, which is not good. I'm looking at any of this other, the history of the uptrend, and then hitting the Gosselin about a year. Like I said, a little less, sometimes a little more. So hopefully we don't stay here. Hopefully we get back above the Gosselin channel, close outside of it. But kind of think of it as, if you get in it, it's like a pit and it just sucks you to the bottom. The bottom of the channel sitting right around $30,000. Stop it. My cards all run at freaking 60 degrees, or yeah, 60 C. It's not bad. The one Mikkel gave me runs at like 58 C. I think we're going to trade on the daily chart. We are going to get this golden cross. This 50 is going to cross that 200. Been telling you guys that when we do get these bullish crossovers, that we usually dump before the pump. So probably right around the 11th through the 13th-ish is where we're going to see this cross happen, hopefully. And then that would be super bullish for Bitcoin. The moving averages would be set up how we trade them again. So hoping for that. Looking on the weekly, we tested 21-week moving average, just perfect. But remember, we got 3 days, 22 hours left. We could still come back down here to this 21-week moving average, right around $42,600. I'm actually looking forward to dip a little bit below. I have buys set up in between there. But as long as we close above the 21-week moving average, we're still bullish on Bitcoin. If not, and we close below it, be looking for the 50-week right around the 37,500 area. So Sunday's always the day, guys. Sunday's always the day. Figure out where we're going to be going, what we should be doing. Raven is hot and testy. Flux, you just turn down power, down max, and set OC to 0 and go. Well, with my 1050s, I can set them to 0 and with nothing, just everything at 0, and I'll still get 6 mega hash per card. Newer tech cards run hot on Raven. 10 series are okay, but my 1070 run a tad hot on it. Yeah, I have heard that. I was mining Raven for a while there with my 3060. For like 2 months I mined it. And then I went from that to Ethereum Classic. I've been doing Ethereum Classic now for like 6 or 7 months. And you're right, it does run a lot cooler. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I gotta get to bed. I am freaking tired. I hope you guys learned something. If you need help with anything, please hit me up in the Discord. If you guys want to join the Patreon, you're interested in learning how to trade, definitely get with me. We'll do one-on-one. Any exchange you want to go to, I will show you how to use it. I'll get you familiar with everything. The lingo, the do's, the don'ts, help you get some rules set up, and help you profit. So it's all about making profits, making gains. Damn, I remember once Dave Wolf tested a 3060 on Raven solo. One an hour and a half and he hit a block. Appreciate the words, Jason. Thanks, Crypto Beetle. Thanks, Ralph Cooper. Appreciate you for showing up. So can you solo mine with just one 3060 then? Can you do that? I always thought you had to have like gigahash to solo mine. Or is it just better to have really high hash rate? Gotcha. See, I'm learning. Now you got me thinking about trying it. Could you imagine if I did it with the 1050s and started hitting blocks? Gotcha. But I take that chance of solo mining and not hitting a block for days and then just sucking all that power for nothing. At least mining with the pool, chances of you getting a share is a lot higher. It's all making sense now. Yeah? How much is Flux blocks worth? That'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get in on the Flux. I want to try it. Damn it, man. Yep, Tech Man, I'm gonna have to be getting a hold of you and Oz and figuring out where you guys are at, how you're doing it, so I want to try to solo mine it. That'd be sweet. Let me see. 30. It's not bad at all. Absolutely. Well, with that being said, guys, everybody have a good night. Appreciate y'all for coming. You're super FA. Hit me up in the Discord. If you missed today's show and you got a coin that you want me to look at, seriously, just message me and or post it and tag me, and we'll definitely chart it up for you. And then I will see you guys. Hopefully, I might see you Friday. Depends on what's going on. If not Friday, for sure Sunday. Let's see here. All right, guys. Have a good night.